After leaving Leh, we headed south, crossing the Indus River and moving into a quieter landscape. The road narrowed, the traffic fell away, and the valley opened into a wide, sunlit silence. About 15 kilometers from Leh, the village of Stok came into view, small, calm, and surrounded by mountains that make human scale feel very small. Above the village rise Stok Palace and Stok Monastery, a place that doesn't fit neatly into a single category. It's not only religious, it's not only historical, it's both at once, a monastery still alive with practice, and a palace still tied to Ladakh's royal story. Most visitors come expecting a monastery, but Stok is also where Ladakh's royal family ended up when history turned against them. In the 19th century, the rulers of Ladakh, the Namgyal dynasty, were forced to abandon the Leh palace after a military invasion changed the region's political balance. Stok Palace became their new residence. And this isn't distant history. Parts of the palace are still used today as a summer home by the descendants of Ladakh's kings. So when you walk into Stok, you're not only entering a religious site, you're stepping into a place where power, exile, continuity, and faith overlap. The palace itself was built as a functioning residence rather than a monument. It doesn't shout for attention. It watches quietly over the valley, solid and restrained, shaped by necessity more than display. Right beside it, the monastery keeps its own rhythm. Stok Monastery dates back to the 14th century and belongs to the Gelugpa, or yellow hat tradition of Tibetan Buddhism, the same lineage associated with the Dalai Lama. For centuries, it has been a place of study, ritual, and daily monastic life. As you climb through the complex, the architecture works with the environment. Thick walls for winter, flat roofs, small windows, sharp corners that cut the wind. Everything feels practical, grounded, and quietly elegant. Then you reach the terraces. Below you lie cultivated fields, small green patterns carved carefully out of dry earth, sustained by meltwater and patience. Beyond them rise the Zanskar Mountains, immense and unmoving. It's one of those moments where you stop speaking without realizing it. Hidden deeper within the monastery is a remarkable library containing all 108 volumes of the Kangyur, the canonical collection of the Buddha's teachings. These texts were traditionally copied by hand, page by page, and preserved with extraordinary care. That such a complete body of knowledge exists here, in a remote Himalayan valley, speaks to Ladakh's long role as a guardian of spiritual learning, a place where teachings were protected even when they disappeared elsewhere. For centuries, monasteries like Stok were not only centers of prayer, but also repositories of memory. The library represents generations of devotion. Monks who studied these texts carried them across mountain passes and safeguarded them through harsh winters and political change. Standing near those volumes, you're reminded that Ladakh was never isolated from the world. It was quietly connected, preserving wisdom while empires rose and fell beyond the mountains. In places like this, knowledge wasn't abstract. It was physical. Heavy volumes wrapped in cloth carried by hand, read aloud in cold rooms, memorized line by line. Learning required endurance. To study here meant committing your body as much as your mind. The Kangyur wasn't meant for display, it was meant to be lived, chanted, debated, questioned, and absorbed over years. Young monks would begin with memorization, repeating passages until meaning settled beneath the words. Older monks returned to the same texts again and again, finding new layers each time, as if the teachings matured along with them. What's remarkable is how this tradition survived. Harsh winters, isolation, political upheaval, none of it broke the chain. The monastery endured because it was essential, not symbolic. It fed the inner life of the community in the same way fields fed the body. After stepping outside for a view, we could hear the music that accompanies prayer, so we went inside to listen and watch.